Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus one more time. I might want to call this humble pie. Just the other evening, I got on my computer, and as I opened it up, I saw this advertisement about a fundraiser through Facebook for various situations. And I looked at it and I saw something about organizations, nonprofits, and then I saw something about personal. So I clicked on that because I thought something hit my mind. Asking, publicly asking somebody to help me to take care of my dental care. I mean, but the desire to be able to smile, there's nothing like a lovely smile. Again, you've seen the guys on television, the ladies about who need dental care, some who had no teeth at all, and how wonderful they looked after they got it taken care of. And so that is so important to me that when I got this ambition, when I got this spirit that says go forward and stand up for all of the blessings that those who can't receive them, stand up and let them know that it is not God that's preventing it. It is those who have chosen another way, who have accepted another way, and that they themselves who are going through the pains must let those who don't have to go through these pains know that what you are experiencing is unfair and it should not exist. But ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to say it so I know how people are. I'm just like you. I fear them too. I fear the world. But I know that if you suffer, at least me, it gives me boldness because there was a time I didn't suffer like this. And dental care, well, that was something that popped up when I needed some dental care and I was going through some changes, and I thought about adding this to the list. That as long as I need dental care and I cannot get it, it would drive me. It'll push me even more against what I have accepted and say these things must change. Why? Because I believe that I had enough of God inside of me to make that happen. I always believed that people were really, really gentle. That people, all they needed was someone who they could believe in, someone who they felt was not conning them, someone that they could say, I can identify with them. I know that everybody have the same needs and wants as far as survival are concerned. I know that it has been prepared by God that no one should be without. That's why we have people with the skills to be able to do what's necessary to be done. And the only thing that prevents people from getting what they desire and need and want is money. Money. That doesn't come from my God. But it has captured the whole human race. And so I said I'd suffer this because when I talk and I know I got no teeth, it emboldens me to stand up and say what's true and what got to be said. And I do that, ladies and gentlemen, but I must also say when I'm at meetings and I'm talking at the table or something like that, I find myself turning my head down an awful lot, smiling an awful lot with my head down, maybe every now and then put my hand up there and I know I'm so obvious, and I know everybody knows that I'm obvious because the signs are always there. And so just to see this forum, fundraiser, let me put my name down here. And then somewhere down in that process, they ask you to list your friends and ask your friends, send out an invite for your friends to help you. You know how that thing goes. I thought about that. I'm thinking about friends. Then you're talking about friends, friends that you accumulate through other friends. Friends you just call them friends because they're human. And that's good enough. Some of them you communicate with, some you don't. Then you talk about stating your case before them and saying if you could spare $1. I'm just trying to get some cash together so I could fix this old mouth of mine so when I speak out for you again, I can smile, not always be angry. I can smile because there's some goodness somewhere that I have felt. And there is some goodness. You know, there was one time, ladies and gentlemen, I had some traffic parking tickets that I really couldn't pay. And I thought it was unfair for me to go to a spot, put a quarter in a parking meter, and when it runs out, if I got nothing else, I gotta leave or get a ticket, which is going to be much more than that. And I'm thinking about people who got money who can come down and stay all day, or if they get a ticket, pay it with no problem. And I just said I wasn't going to play that game. I went to court, and that was my defense. The judge surprised me and threw it out. He got me. He got me. I sat down and said I wasn't going anywhere because there were other people who were probably having to go through the same thing. If he did it for me, he had to do it for them as well. And so I went over and took a seat. I sat there for about 15 minutes and something started going through my mind, telling me to get up and get the hell out of there, because the people in there were not thinking about what I was talking about. They were just amazed at what had happened. And so I got up and I left. I left because I agreed with that. I watched the people as they went up. I watched the things that they said. They weren't ready for truth. That would be just a ride. But my emphasis, my interest has been so pure that I've gone to jail. I've committed crimes against the system. I violated the law of Caesar, the law of the United States of America, when it comes down to what's righteous from God. Hey, so I knew that if I could get a chance to share with you the truth of that movement, the truth of that action, that it would at least in you a little bit. I know there was a very slim possibility that if you could see it, it would mean so much to the world, because it would begin a process of enlightenment that would change the world from what it's like to what it can be. And I also knew if you didn't see it like that, I'd end up being convicted and have to do the time. But I was willing to do the time. And ladies and gentlemen, I did the time. But I had no problem with it, because I know that when I speak to you, even at this date, and I tell you the things that I tell you, you can go back and you'll find out this is not new to me. You've always been important to me. And that's just to let you know what realness is like. And so I'm back here again. I thought about asking for the support. And I remember Mahatma Gandhi. They made a movie about him. I don't know if if everything was accurate about the presentation, but when they showed him, he had gone from the big shot lawyer all the way down to a humble 2 or 3 teeth, and everybody loved him. And he changed the nation as best he could with a raggedy mouth. And that gave me comfort, knowing that if a man who has done so much for God, a man who has shown so much love, could walk around like that, then who am I to complain? I'm not complaining. I'm just saying if you can help, there might be somebody there who might want to see me smile again. I'm smiling. But I just wanted to let you know that it was never an intent for me to put myself in a position to be ragged mouth. I didn't think it would be this complicated. I thought if people knew there was someone that was real and told them that God had prepared for them not to suffer, for them to not worry about going to heaven because they were living in heaven. And when I told them that God said the simple way to know that this is true is to see each other as you see yourselves. Respect each other. Love each other as you love yourself. See God in yourself. Make sure that God is in you so you can love. And as you do that, see the same God in everybody else. And all of your needs, all of your wants, all of your desires can be met, not magically. It may appear magically, but it'll be because each of you already are designed, equipped to play a part, to play a role in this process. And it will manifest itself by your own will and by your own power. And when you start looking about diseases and stuff, there would be no hang-ups about the research. You'll never hear anyone say the funds are short. No, my friends. When it comes to finding cures for cancer and all of the diseases that people have to go through, the human race would have it no other way, because it is something that must be done. Why? So we can protect our sisters and brothers from anything that comes upon them. That's what it is important, that health care be made available to everybody. Everybody. We got the best people doing the health care. And their rewards, what's their reward? Their rewards is that everything they want, need, and desire is theirs. Because they have been blessed to recognize their potential, and they're giving it to a world that's receiving it. And ain't no lying, ain't no cheating, ain't no stealing, ain't no killing, ain't no hatred, ain't no bigotry. Ain't nobody talking about somebody's better than another. Now, I want to ask you, what's wrong with a society like that? You know nothing. And yet somebody can come up to you and say, that's socialism. And you say, oh, socialism wished it was that good. Tell me a socialist country where people, everybody's thrilled. Tell me of a socialist country where nobody is suffering for anything. Tell me of a socialist country where there is no power above the people except the God Almighty. Tell me of a socialist country that reflects itself in such a way. You tell me. Yes, but I say this to you because you got politicians out here playing this old game. Some of them don't even know what's going on. Some of them are serious when they say they're going to try to do these things for you. They are dead serious. But there are those who know already the limits of what you can do. They know that there are certain things you can do. You got to fight for it because it is permitted. But the real thing, the essential things to wipe out this cause that creates this bull, you can't attack that. They got people in leadership positions in all the committees to make sure certain things can't even get to the floor. Certain things can't even be discussed. But you, my friend, somebody got to tell you that you got the power in spite of all of that. All you got to do is resist. But you got to not just resist because I say resist. Because they're coming at you with everything they got. And I tell you, you'll be running like roaches. Resist in your heart. Look for your reasoning. Look for your justification. It'll appear. Be honest with yourselves. And when you resist, resist because you're standing for something. You're not just against something. You're standing for something. And you're willing to stand so that that something will be recognized as being important. Important enough even if you have to beg for some teeth. And you might get them and you might not. You ain't going to be mad if you don't. I mean, if you can go to the store and find out you got 2 different tennis shoes on or 2 different shoes on, and it doesn't matter because you're alive. It really doesn't matter if he gets no teeth. But it's for you. When you look at me, I know you'd rather look at me and see me smiling pretty like you. Hey, but I know it makes you feel a little shame to look at me. Feeling, oh, I feel so sorry for the brother. Don't feel sorry for me. Check it out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I was kidding about some of these things. You can tell what I was kidding about. And at the same time, you know I'm serious about a lot of the stuff as well. I want you to know that I stand before you. I stand before you as a instrument whereby the Spirit that sees what I can't see and hears what I can't hear comes here and stroke me in such a way that I stand before you naked as I am, wishing that the light would come on when I flip the switch, that those in darkness might say, thank God there's a light. I've given it all I got thus far, but as long as I'm here, I'm going to continue. You know, one of the hardest things for me to do was when they asked about asking your friends, inviting your friends to help you, it was kind of hard for me to do that. I guess there's something that's there. I know my friends never thought that they would come when I would be asking them for anything. And others, for one reason or another, might have different approaches. And I just, for one reason, just didn't want to do it. But then I thought about it. It's called humble. Humble yourself. I can say this, and somebody might have the compassion and the money and support this cause. And I can have this cause taken care of, and the next time you see me, I could be smiling that smile that I've always had. Or I can be so, reserved and don't want to eat humble pie. And it might be a long time before you see me, because I might just be hiding. So I thought to myself that it's worth it. It's worth it, because truly there's no shame in my game. I've given my love. I've given my love. The thing of it is, will I get some back in return? Goodbye.